Let Joseph go in front of you because you already won.
Yeah, we got another burnt rubber. Themed nights, I think, are a great idea to do something different with your youth group night. Hey, my name is Eric with a K, and I am the host of the Practical Youth Ministry Tips podcast, and I love creating themed events. Sometimes they're outreach events, some like just standalone, like a special night for outreach events. The way we have set it up is kind of our outreach invite experience. Typically is our Wednesday night program, and we typically have some sort of a hook, which I'll talk about on another podcast. But this specific one, we did a themed night where the whole night was kind of themed around this one event. And we called it Fear Factor. Some of you have been around, you remember Joe Rogan.
I'm Joe Rogan, and this is Fear Factor.
He used to host a show called Fear Factor where we do all sorts of crazy stunts, and some of them were flying over the air, over water, blah, blah. There's food challenges. Maybe you remember James Corden would have this, like, I forget what he called it, but like, I'm going to ask you a question. If you're willing to tell the truth about the question I'm going to ask, and he asked really hard questions like, which of your siblings is your least favorite? That kind of question. That's just horrible questions. And if you didn't want to answer it, you had to consume. You'd spin the wheel that was in front of you with a bunch of nasty foods. Whatever landed in front of you, you had to consume that. So we took the cue from this show, Fear Factor, and created several games for our Fear Factor night. And let me tell you, it was so much fun. So here was what I want to do. I want to walk through the games that we did, and then an extra game that we didn't have time for. Actually, two games we didn't have time for. That, by the way, speaking of which, I think you always over-plan and expect to have some things that you're not going to do, then under-plan, right? Where you run out of time, you're like, okay, this is awkward. Well, how do we fill this? There's other stuff you can do. But so we over-planned. We had some extra games we ran out of time for, which was totally fine. So I want to walk through these games, and I don't want to give you a free gift at the very end of the video. So hang on till then. But here, I want to walk through each game. So here was the first game. Name that jelly bean. And this is like, the Bertie Botts, the Harry Potters, all those, the jelly bellies that they have like, you look at them and you see two of the same exact jelly belly. And one is going to be like Tutti Frutti, and the other one just might be Stinky Socks. But you don't know until you bite into it. So what we did, this particular one came with a little spinner, and we'd have the students spin it, and then then I would look at and see which one it landed on, and I would grab one of them, grab the specific one. So like Juicy Pear, the green one, Juicy Pear, it's either Juicy Pear or it's Booger. So I'd grab the green one. I didn't know which one it was going to be. Then they would have to put it in their hand, close their hands, and then pop it in their mouth. And then they had to guess, and I'd show them, I'd hold up the card that showed all of the different flavors. They had to guess which was the correct flavor. If they got it right, they went to the back of the line. We split the room into two teams. They went to the back of the line, and they get to go again. So whoever gets the most correct wins, which in reality, you might not want to keep winning because it's so gross. Especially they have a new flavor called burnt rubber or burnt tire. I can't remember which one it is. And I'm telling you, everybody was like, that is the most disgusting, nasty smelling thing. And the poor students who got it, like their breath, that and the stinky fish was just awful.
Creed, your teeth called, your breath stinks. Boom, roasted.
But you'd see students going through, tasting it. Then they, like, if it was bad, you immediately knew. You could see it on their face. And if it was like a good one, they're like the relief and then trying to figure out what it was. But that's how we did name that jelly bean. And so they would go through the rotation. Let's take a look at the game right here. Take a look at it. Okay, now look at the list and tell me what you think it is.
I say burnt rubber.
Is it a good one or a bad one?
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Top banana.
Top banana.
Oh no, I don't like that laugh, Eric. I don't want to do this anymore.
Bro, I smell burnt rubber.
Okay.
Still, you guys don't smell
All right, ready? Okay, now look. What do you think it is?
pretty good.
A wet dog?
What? No. It is not Tutti Frutti. No. It is toasted marshmallow.
All right. Dude, Josh is doing it.
No, it is not stink bug. It's liver and onions. Right?
Just give me the whole pack.
Wait, Max. Let Joseph go in front. Let Joseph go in front of you because you already won.
Yeah, we got another burnt rubber. So nasty, right? But it was a lot of fun. We gave away some gift cards for the winner of that game. All right, the next game, I'm taking a nod from my friend Brock, who I learned the concept of this game. We've done it. I think I've done it various ways over the years, but we call it Mistake Shake. And so what I did was, we asked students who's brave. Who's really brave, willing to come up and be brave for this game? And we had 4 students. We couldn't pick, so what we did was I said, okay, we'll have 2 teams of 2. And you can confer with each other what you think is the correct answer. And a lot of times when I grab a trivia game, especially in Download Youth Ministry, feels like some of them may seem to be too easy to get, and a lot of students will get the correct answers, most of them correct. I wanted it to be like, it's tough to get one way or the other. So I grabbed the game off of Download Youth Ministries as a true or false. So it's like 50-50 shot. And it was one on lemonade, like, true or false questions about lemonade. And they had to come up with answers. So we put the question up on the screen. Do you think it's true or false? And I go 1, 2, 3, show. And then they would thumbs up or thumbs down. If they got it wrong, we would add something to their blender.
Try adding more.
And I mean, we had a list, and I'll give you the list of those things. But we started off with some like Diet Coke as a kind of the base, and we had some muffins. But then we had flavored crickets. And I'm gonna put all the things that we had in there into a link down in the description. But flavored crickets, you can get those on Amazon. Chocolate covered larva. We ended up not using the chocolate covered scorpion. We're gonna do that in a follow up next week. But a bunch of different items that we put in that if you got the question wrong, we would add that into your mix. We got some flavored soda. One was mustard flavored. One was grass flavored. So just really fun. In the end, we had this concoction. And then because they both, how are we going to know who wins? Well, it's the team that finishes their cup. So they had to split it halfway for each. Team that finishes their drink first wins. Well, there was a brother and sister team that played. The brother was like, this is too nasty. And the sister's like, actually, this is pretty good. And she finished hers. And then she's like, can I finish my brother's? I'm like, absolutely. But the other team beat them. And she's like, but I finished mine. Anyhow, the way they won, they had to be the first team to finish their drink at the end. So it was really fun. It's gross. Let's take a look at this game.
What are we doing?
That means we're going to put some of these mini muffins in.
Okay.
All right. Show. They're saying false, they're saying true. The answer is?
Whoa!
Guys go down. So we are going to put in mustard flavored soda.
Oh!
That's so much. Chill out.
Oh!
Can't taste anything.
Oh! What is it?
These are bacon and cheese flavored crickets. It has been scientifically proven that lemonade does quench your thirst.
Yes, it does.
All right. We're going to put the salt and vinegar crickets in here.
No, absolutely.
Oh, pickle flavored cotton candy.
Oh yeah, this is glorious. Yeah, are we ready?
All right. You volunteered for this. Whoever finishes it first
Wins.
wins.
Yeah.
So when you're done, hold it up.
Come
Go.
on, Haley. Oh,
You have to sip it.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right, the next game we played was Eat Your Lunch. And the way this was, we split the whole group into 2 teams, and then we put one consumable item in each bag. And we put paper bags, like lunch bags, and we lined them up, and I numbered them 1 through 8. So it was the same thing for each team as they went through them. And number them 1 through whatever it is you have, the amount of students you have for the night. And then they would have to run up, grab what was ever in there, and whatever in the bag that they had, like the first student got number 1, whatever they had to consume that thing. It was similar to what went into the blender, but we placed all these items. There was a Coke Zero in there. There was onion slices. There was apple slices. But again, the chocolate-covered larva, the flavored crickets, a number of other things. Some good and some not so good. So it was really fun to watch the students, like when they got something good, they're like, yes, the relief that fell over them. And then those who got the nasty things are like, oh, do I have to do this? I'm like, you chose to play, so you're in. So go for it. So anyhow, everybody loved it. It was really fun. And honestly, the chocolate-covered larva and the flavored crickets, they're good. They're just good. It's just mentally, it's kind of nasty. But let's take a look at this game. Oh, they got the muffins.
Oh,
Go.
Did I get
Go. Ketchup candy. Chocolate covered larva.
Where are you going?
It's a worm. Go, go, go. Go, go, go.
Go, Josh! I cannot eat that. That's easy. Check it.
If you bring them a lot.
I told you, bro. That's horrible. I have to eat it all.
Huh?
I have to eat it all. Drink it.
What's it taste like?
Barbecue flavored crickets.
Go, 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 go.
Oh.
Oh, Justin, cricket. Go, 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 go. You
Go.
Ooh, what is that? What is it? Oh,
Don't think about it. Just pop it.
it's super salty.
Finish it up.
No, it's not.
It's like Cheetos.
It's not.
It's like Cheetos.
No, it's super salty.
It's called salt and vinegar. It's so fun. It's just fun to watch everybody. And what was amazing is we have some students that don't love to play games a lot, but for whatever reason, this was fun for them. They got into it, even though they were grossed out by it. So I love that. All right, the last 2 games were games we didn't have time for.
No, we didn't have time.
But I want to explain them to you. And the first one of the last 2 is something I grabbed from Jimmy Fallon. He'll bring on celebrities, onto his show, and he does these games with celebrities, and I love watching those games. But I'm just calling it egg roulette. He calls it egg Russian roulette, but it's called egg roulette. And you take like a dozen eggs and you hard boil 8 of them. And then 2 people come up front, and we were going to do this with leaders, and put plastic. He doesn't do this, but we put plastic bags over them, like garbage bags, and put a hole for the head to come through. And then one by one, they have to take and crack the egg over their head. If it's hard boiled, they're fine. The first one to crack 2 raw eggs on their head loses that, which means the other person wins. So really fun. I think this is a great one, particularly to have leaders do. Because, sometimes, I don't know, a student gets egg on their clothes and parents complain or whatever. Maybe have them sign up ahead of time. I don't know. But I think it's a fun game to have your leaders do. But I'll show you. Here, take a look at this clip here from the Jimmy Fallon show. And you can just see, it's fun to watch these different celebrities go at it. Ryan Reynolds here is just having a blast. Just them intensely looking at each other. Just having a lot of fun with what they're doing. I think that's part of why I think it's a great idea to have your leaders do it, because you can tell them ahead of time, look, get into this, have conversations, stare each other down. Don't, it's harder to prep students to do that kind of thing unless you have the right students who are more fun to act out stuff and be more gregarious, if you will. I think that's the right word. That was a big word. Wow. So anyhow, that's a really, really great game. And the last game is the Twinkie Challenge. This one, this one's the grossest for me because some of the things that we put in, the idea makes me want to gag. So Twinkies have cream inside of them. So we scoop the cream out.
Did you just scoop it out of the jar?
And then we fill them with something else. So ketchup, mustard, relish, mayonnaise, jelly. Like, name the things. Like, it's so, like, I cannot stand mayonnaise. So if I were to play this game and I bite into it and it has mayonnaise into it, I would want to throw up. Now, speaking of that, I think it's a really great idea to have trash cans up where your players are going to be, just in case. Just in case. Likely someone is going to throw up because they have a gag reflex that's low and they can't handle it, whatever. It's just so gross. And sometimes they like to pretend and they're just spitting out the whatever they consumed. But so that's a pro tip. So always have trash cans available right by where your students and whoever's consuming the games. Now, I said I wanted to give you a free gift, and my free gift to you is I'm going to give you the graphics that I created for this as a free download. Just click on the link down in the description below, and I want to give that to you as a free download. I've got other great videos. If you want, you can click on the playlist and you can see all the games that I have. I've put all of the game videos I've done, but here's a video. Here's a video that you can take a look at and click on that and enjoy. If this was something that you really enjoyed and you think someone else would benefit from this video, would you click the share button? I would greatly appreciate that. That would mean a lot to me. Someone else in youth ministry or even just kids ministry, or doesn't even have to be in ministry, it can be for families. These are great for like family reunions or bigger families, whatever. Share that with somebody. Let them know, to click on this channel and subscribe. Every week we're going to put out more and more content, and almost every other week there's some sort of a game thing, and then every other week there's some like strategy ministry, other ministry stuff that I want to talk about, and would love to have you share that with somebody. If you've got another game that you would have added to Fear Factor that we can implement and we can share with others, would you put that in the comments below? I'd greatly appreciate that. And until next time, see ya!